Well, it's been a bumpy start, but we've started. The transfer window's finished, and we're now going to play United. Hello everybody and welcome back to In the Dugout FM. I am Millers, this is Sunday League to Champions League, and we find ourselves now in a place where we are going to go and play United today whilst also being 18th in the Premier League. We have not had the best start, as you can see. So we lost one, that was the game you joined us for, and we drew the next two. Now, I will caveat that by saying we played Chelsea and we played Arsenal, alright? So both were 0-0s, and both I was relatively happy with, keeping in mind that last season Arsenal won the league. So really challenging place to go, and we got a point there. They were forecast to finish around about where we were, and Chelsea were forecast to finish second. So I'm alright with it. You know, 2 difficult games, 2 points. I'd rather have won our first game and lost the other 2, if that makes sense. But we couldn't, and we didn't, so we are where we are. We've then played Lincoln in the third round of the Cup, fully rotated team. We got the win. It wasn't a great game. We probably should have won by more, but we didn't. But we're through, and that's all that matters. You can now see that the Europa League games are now in our fixture list, so there's a huge amount going on there. It's incredibly confusing, but that's the full list of teams that are in there. I think we stand a chance of having a go for this, to be perfectly honest. And if you win it, my understanding is you go straight to the round of 16, avoiding all the nonsense about playoffs and secondary leagues and all of that jazz. So that will be our aim, but we'll see. Certainly we don't want to drop below 8th. We'll see how it goes. Loads of games to be played in there, and we've got Fulham in the next round of the Carabao Cup. So there you go. Where's that? There. Okay, so Fulham in the next round. So, a challenging start to the season, I think it's fair to say. This isn't going to be a gimme by a long stretch. Neither's Newcastle, neither's City. I'm looking forward to October, to be perfectly honest. And I'm hoping that the board stick with me, because currently I'm stable with a C in terms of my rating. Not great. But I think I'm still semi-comfortable with what we've been through. In terms of transfers, what happened at the end of the window? Well, we shipped quite a few players out the door. I think we talked about the potential that was going to happen. I think you're up to about here in terms of updates. So, Gorka got an offer from Real Madrid. No idea how he pulled that one out of the bag, but I took it. Up rising to £56 million based on appearances and performances. Delighted with that. Our scouts thought he was a C signing. And I tend to agree. He's certainly not better than what we've already got. And he wanted to leave. I'll take that. Then we saw David Kiltie go to Chelsea. You can argue that's probably a bad transfer in terms of, you know, he's gone to a local rival. But 45 million for a boy that just wasn't performing for me. Is he going to do stuff for Chelsea? Maybe. He's only played in the Carabao Cup for them so far, and he only came on as a sub. I'm not devastated to lose him. I was delighted to bring in 45 million. And then Paulo Vitor went out on the last day of the season with about half an hour to go to Leipzig for a deal of rising to 25 million. Decent player, but not somebody who's going to feature for me, to be honest, because the Leafs there, and we've got Zalewski as well, who can play there for us. So it's not a big deal. He is my type of player, you'll recognise that, but the reality is, you know, he was on a lot of money. They offered us plenty, so we took it, which leaves us financially in a really strong place again. Did I spend some of that money on deadline day? Yes. Did I spend loads of it? No. Did I try to? Yes. So the only player you don't know about is Ivan Amorotu. He's a wonder kid, he's a left back, he's going to act as cover for Yurts. So we've got 2 very, very strong young left backs now. This kid's got the potential to be a superb player, according to our scouts. He was brought to my attention a couple of days before deadline day, and knowing that we had a couple of players that were earmarked to go out, I wanted to try and pick him up, and we only paid, I think, 9.2 million. That was his release fee. So really pleased with that one. And it gives us a little bit of cover in and around that left back where we've got Gertz. Ivan's going to sit in there. He can also push forwards if needs be, but really pleased to have him in the van, because ultimately there was no one else that I was really looking to cover for. We have got Van der Ven. I was a bit worried he was going to go. Saudi Arabia are sniffing around. He's going to be approaching his last year of his contract, so I was concerned about that. The other player that may well have gone was Dejan. He didn't. We didn't get any offers, and I'm comfortable with keeping him in. Him and Amarilla keep rotating. Amarilla loves an injury, so he's been in and out of the team. Dejan nips in for him when he's injured. But other than that, that's what we've got. It has meant we've had to bring in a few of the under-21s and a few of the under-18s to get our homegrown status sorted for the Europa League, but that's where we are. The other player I tried to sign is a name I am not going to try and spell, but he ended up going to Barcelona rather than us, which you can understand. Where is he? Centre forward. Where are you, son? Where are you? Has he been loaned back? There he is. No, he has come in. Okay, so this is the player we tried to sign. 28-year-old Mukoko. Very, very good player. Currently signed for Bayern, but actually, you know, we were quite happy. I think we were paying something in the region of 55 million for him because he wanted him gone. And I wanted someone to give Van de Weven a run for his money up front. And maybe we could look to switch to 4-4-2 in the future. But he opted to take the deal at Barcelona. Fair play. I understand that. No problem. Is he going to play for them? I don't know. Can I find him in their squad? No, there he is. He's not even on the bench so far. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. We'll keep an eye on him. But he is a quality player, but he just wasn't for coming to us. And that concluded the business for us. I'm still semi-happy with what we've got. Do I think we're deep enough? Not really. But I think we've got enough to give some teams a right good run. I just need to get us firing in the Premier League, and today's no easy gimme, as I said before. So we're going to play United. We'll see how we do. There's not going to be that many changes from the last team you saw, in fairness. I still stand by the lads. I'm going to leave it as balanced playing these boys. But, yeah, we'll see how we do. I'm not overly confident, can you tell? Right, so the team is going to start Marmalade. Gertz is going to play left back. Tedesco and Cooper. OD's going to start right back because Coyote's injured and he's not back in training for 4 days. I'm not going to run the risk of throwing him out there despite desperately needing him at right back. Montel's going to be our attacking playmaker. Scarigli is going to hold, by the way, 50 billion offers for this kid. None of them from a team he fancied going to. Kept rejecting him. He's not throwing his toys out. We've got him to stay. Superb. Riggs going to sit in that holding midfield for me and essentially just create stuff. Alif wide left, Amarilla wide right, and Van de Weven up top. That's how we're going to go. Amarutu's made the bench for us. He's going to sit there and come on for Gertz if we need him to. I'd like to get him out there more often than I can, more often than not, to try and build up his abilities. So we'll do that where we can. We've got Moreno on the bench who can cover for Scariglia, no problem at all. And there's my lad from who was out on loan last season. Did really well pre-season. Done nothing for me in the season, but I'm still convinced he's going to be a player. So we're going to keep him there. 6'2", quite a unit. Love him. Right, that's how we're going to play. That's probably how we're going to get beat, but we'll give it a right good go. 23, I'm afraid, Ivan. 23, not number 3, because you're not the starting left back. Know the rules. Right, I am waffling because I am terrified. Absolutely terrified we're going to get tated. We owe United, not sure why. We probably do, to be fair. We probably do owe them, but we'll give it a right good go. Tunnel, Ahmed, how are you doing, son? Do I get along with Valverde? Yeah, I really do. I don't. How much of a difference has Garnacho's absence? It makes a big difference. I think they'll miss him, but they've got a good squad. How much you'd be expecting Ross? I'll expect him to do very well. I trust him. Yeah, I trust him. There we go. Right. I mean, how big did Riggs' face look then, by the way, as a real player still? I've tried to look for face packs, by the way. Can't find one for love nor money. I would love one because I don't really like the regen sort of faces they put on there, but I can't find one. Knowing my luck, it'll come out towards the back end of the season when it's going to be time to change the game anyway. I'm waffling as Højlund tries a dirty little outside of the foot, left-footed shot there. If that had gone in, I'd have been wounded. We're holding our own. We do, despite, being terrified. I need 3 points. I say that as Archie Brown nods in from a Mason Mount corner. I really need to learn to keep my mouth shut, don't I? Stands one up, near post, towers above everybody else. Nothing Marmalade can do, in all fairness to him. But it's disappointing. It's genuinely disappointing. Their left back walks up and nods one in just like that. We're holding our own still, but we're not creating anything. They've got another corner. Stood up for Højlund. Højlund this time puts it over the bar. We're going to demand more and we're going to go positive. We'll listen to Powley, see if he knows better than I do, which in all honesty, he probably does. Let's see. Gertz has got a throw in their half. Rig back to Gertz. Finds a leaf in the channel. Rig. Montel blocked. Amarilla, can you do something for me? Get me something. That's a deep cross. Probably going to go out for a throw in. Well done, you. Come on. Come on. When he beats his man there, you just expect a little bit more, don't you? That cross is lazy. Hesitant. Don't be hesitant, son. We are going to point the finger and say, show me something else, because that was absolutely bobbins. Let's see what they can do. And the first thing I see is us playing a short ball that gets taken off us. Mount walks through, and they're unlucky not to take a second goal there. Just lazy. Lazy ball. Nothing's coming here, is it? Absolutely nothing forthcoming. We are dominating play, but that's not enough. 65, we're going to change shape, because I'm perplexed with it, if I'm honest with you. Scaraliglio is going to come off. We're going to play 2 up. I don't think it's going to be Kulusevski, though. We're going to put my boy on instead. And then Montel is going to come on. Sorry, Moreno's going to come on for Montel. Swap there. So we've got a nice deep line playmaker, one advanced playmaker. You're all right as a deep line forward. That's fine. You're going to go as an inside forward to try and do some damage. Cut inside and attack. Let's see what we can do. We're staying positive. We'll confirm those changes. I'm now saying to people, I'm happy with a draw, essentially, if we can get a goal back, because they've been all over us from an attacking perspective, and we've really created very little despite having a lot of the ball. Can we just stand him up? Okay. Squeeze them out, to coin a phrase. Good push. Well done, you. Marmalade's great in terms of shot stopping. There's nothing he could do from that corner, in all fairness to him. Let's try and get this one clear. Get up. Good lad. Get out now. Don't. I thought he was going to give one then. He just got bodied. Come on. Can we create anything? Oh, I managed to get rid of a highlight there. That worked out all right, didn't it? Can we create one ourselves, though? Any chance? Absolutely nothing. It's bobbins. We are on a hide into nowhere here. Genuinely, we are. Hands together. I'm not happy with your performance. I know it's United. I know I said at the start of the game we were probably going to get tatered. But, yeah, I learned a lot, Andy. How much does it hurt? I don't want to comment on individuals. Can you leave me alone? Just not good enough. Genuinely not good enough. Coventry are sat up there in 7th, probably looking at me laughing. We have played Chelsea, we've played United, and we've played Arsenal. So it's not been the easiest start to the season, but that doesn't excuse any of it. We need more, particularly when we're at home. I'm depressed. Kulusevski's got a tight groin now, which isn't ideal, but we are going into the Europa League, which isn't the worst time for him to just take a couple of days off. I'm probably going to... look, as a bit of a glutton for punishment, why don't we do this? Why don't we come back at the end of this month? So I'll play these 2 games off channel. We'll do that. We'll come back and we'll do a double header. We'll do Feyenoord, and then you'll see us travel up to City, play them, and in all likelihood, you might see 1 win if we're lucky against Feyenoord, and I think we're going to get tated at City because they've just beat Arsenal. Why don't we do that? Okay, so I'll come back for another game. You'll get to witness more of my demise, quite possibly, and then we'll look to kick on from there as we try and drive ourselves forward in Europe. I hope you've enjoyed that. I truly haven't. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you all again soon. Take care.